the same. Yeah, you know what? I will say, like, yeah, I guess sometimes it can be a little easy when it's a topic that's already been explored. And I'm burping. You know, and then people kind of laid out what should be said. You know, I get what you're saying there. Alright, guys, listen. I've been wanting to watch this video for a while. It's from Sunny. It's about the baby. It's called How the Baby Became the Most Hated Rapper Ever. I remember covering this a while ago about the baby. He got canceled for some, you know, some sussy conversation. It's crazy how we cancel everybody for doing something that's not, like, perfect. You know what I mean? Like, we're all so imperfect. We all have prejudice in our heart. I mean, this is like a new thing I'm trying to talk about. We all have prejudice in our heart, and it's not about having it or not. It's about what you do with that prejudice. And do you help get yourself through it, you know, to be a better person? Because people who would say that, oh, I don't have any hatred, you're a liar. Or you just aren't self-aware enough to realize it. So, yeah, and this is never respond. This is a big Sunny V2 moral philosophy that I've noticed. He never responds. It's working, clearly. So, why does he keep saying it's a little urban segment? What does that mean? It's weird. Alright, let's go.
DaBaby has slowly become the internet's most hated rapper. What did he do to earn this?
What is that? Hold on.
DaBaby has slowly become the internet's most hated rapper.
What? A rapper? That was pretty good.
What did he do to earn this title? Well, he's actually trained from insulting fans.
Oh, hold on. For any brands, networks, or artists that like to profit off black rappers and influencing the culture without understanding it or having the patience to deal with it, what comes with the position he played in our culture?
Instigating angry at flight attendants.
We ain't even act like she ain't just jump out of bed.
The very first thing that
maybe she did, but she was a long flight. Flight attendant's gonna sleep.
Yeah, to turn DaBaby's defense against him was the time he got into a beef with kids from Georgia Seawall.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, after DaBaby post a song titled Beatbox Freestyle.
You can't come after JoJo Swab, alright? She's got too much what the kids call nowadays Riz. JoJo Siwa has too much Riz. Riz cracker. I'm a Riz cracker, baby. That would be my rap name. Riz cracker. Ooh, that's actually kind of good. That's actually decent. That's not bad. I can have some good flow with that.
In which it modeled the photo of JoJo Siwa and called her a bunch of nasty names. This then was instantly shared to Twitter where it gained over 1 million views and 42,000 likes.
What the fuck did JoJo Siwa do that made DaBaby mad?
Like some post reading, what the F did JoJo Siwa do that made DaBaby mad like that? Also, I'm joked about DaBaby calling her out over a height insecurity. Most of the matter that DaBaby would target in YouTube. She's literally a child. Yeah. To be honest, you know, that is funny. Yeah, really came for a whole kid, which accompanied the post by James Charles reading. It's a lot of displayed by JoJo Siwa, which is 4 years younger and 10 times richer and just taller than him.
Damn. Of course, James Charles is the #1 person to come forward to defend a child. So you gotta have a lot of respect for that, guys. Definitely standing tall for those kids. Tall and strong.
Victory!
Hard moral ethics for that young 17-year-old JoJo Siwa. Maybe he thought that JoJo was a guy's name. Like from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and that's why he was so quick to defend.
Let's go!
We don't really know. We don't really know.
Now, DaBaby had absolutely no business in responding to these comments, as they weren't really into criticism. A lot of the responses were supportive, such as, I don't think...
Didn't he think that she dissed him in a song or something?
And nothing of it, probably just needed something to say. And the others were simply surprised that DaBaby went there, which is literally how DaBaby described his own branding.
I'm upset. I can't believe he said it.
However, despite also stating that he wasn't the type of guy to respond to things online...
When he said outside music, and I'm expected to respond and clear it up without using music, that ain't what I do.
He'd still take to Twitter...
I can respect that. I understand, like, the music is what you do to talk about stuff.
Let's watch the drama in a post reading. At it's JoJo Siwa. My 3-year-old princess is your #1 fan. I bought her every product you have out. She thinks you. Don't let her trick you into thinking I never have a problem with you. My wordplay just went over their heads. All love on my end, shorty. Keep shining.
That's weird. Like, I see. Here's the thing. I can understand having a specific philosophy about the way that you want to respond to particular things. And if you, as a rapper, only want to respond to that in music form, then you should just do that instead of responding to Twitter. I feel like you just should take to Twitter. You shouldn't engage in the Twitter sphere on any topic because it becomes very toxic. And once you put your hat in the ring, Twitter thinks that you're part of their you're disgusting fucking stew of just horrible, hateful people. Whereas if you just stay out of it and you don't become permanently online, it's just different. But now they feel like they have a whole. I feel like that was probably his first mistake, which is what I think Sonny Beats is trying to show us.
Now, the baby's response was actually pretty decent, but since he never needed to respond in the first place, all it did was show everyone that he was paying attention to the drama and was unable to stay silent if he was criticised too heavily. Then, in the lead up to this tweet, the baby had established a reputation as a kind of hardcore gangster rapper. To be on Twitter justifying why he made a diss on a kids YouTuber felt kind of inauthentic to his image. He stated that he was doing his own thing and was not really caught up in any of the internet drama.
I'm just doing me, like I'm not even really caught up in what I got going on.
Yet in a different interview, he contradicts this by stating that he's willing to change his opinions if the internet criticism becomes too harsh.
It's about how much you value others' opinions on the internet or just, people's opinion around you. I don't value it until they get to messing with my money. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Now.
Yeah, you can't say that. I only value when they mess with my money. I don't acknowledge that, brother. You can't do that.
Well, this is certainly a more mature approach. Maturity is barely what people are looking for.
Yeah, it might be mature, but like that's the problem. It's like people are mature on the internet, right? So now they're like, oh, we're making this money, let's keep doing it.
Stand back. About this, but often uses the personality of the person making the music is just as important as the music itself. When it comes to hardcore, people want to follow that completely unapologetic gangster, as opposed to the person who knows to respond to criticism on Twitter. This point reads perfectly into his response to the role of Loud controversy, which happened only 4 months after the incident with JoJo Siwa. Whilst on stage, Debate would imply that people with HIV were not going to show this.
I forgot about this clip. But I forgot what it specifically was. I remember the clip, but I don't
even to being streamed online, and the internet began to discuss the comments immediately. Now, as mentioned,
I want to see exactly what he said. Duh, baby. Let's go. I want to see the speech. I think it's important to see the speech. We're not going to be able to find it.
Lady, if your pussy smell like water, put yourself on like that. Fellas,
what's up?
Fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, put yourself on like that.
Let's be real about this shit. Some of y'all niggas suspect as a motherfucker. Let's be real.
That's so stupid. Yeah, so listen, a little bit of casual homophobia in there, I think, was the biggest issue. And it's unfortunate. I will say that I've noticed some casual homophobia in some rap. Some of the rap. Don't I sound like
Let's cut.
enough for 2, price for 1. Math makes me hungry. Leave me to amounts. Just $6.99.
Get 20% off during Manscaped.com's holiday sale and find the perfect present for that special someone.
like a grown man. And like, it's not ideal, but I think that like we don't have to cancel somebody to change it. You know what I mean? Like we can just be like, hey man, you know why this is wrong? Instead of yeah. So, maybe that's why I went after JoJo Siwa, but, yeah, I'd say that's what it is. Maybe who's Todd Howard?
In other videos, if Debated simply states someone on the criticism, the problem would have disappeared. However, just like the JoJo Siwa controversy,
maybe. I feel like he almost like threw his hat into the ring. And so like now he's almost like stuck in there. But yeah, he definitely should have just taken
he felt the need to clarify his position with a public statement.
I'm gonna address this one time. I'm gonna get back to giving my love to my fans. That's what I'm saying. Because what me and my fans do at the live show, it don't concern you. It's not your business. What I do at a live show is for the audience at the live show. It'll never translate correctly to somebody looking at a little 5-6 clip on their phone. It just don't work like that.
This Instagram live stream only led to more people discovering what he had said.
Yeah, it's not a good thing when your entire defense kind of hinges on this idea that like, oh, it's out of context. Like it can obviously work to say that this is out of context, but when you say something's out of context, but you don't explain the context or the explanation of what the context is doesn't make sense, people don't really enjoy it.
Easy does it, old sport.
So,
shortly thereafter, celebrities such as Elton John, Madonna, and Dua Lipa were stating on Instagram that they were surprised and horrified at the baby's comments.
Shut up, Dua Lipa.
The baby stated that he wasn't worried at any point during the role.
I'm still a DaBaby fan. Let's go.
open loud controversy.
Were you kind of scared, like how everyone was like
Nah, I
trying to
wasn't
cancel you and
scared.
shit like that?
Nah, I wasn't scared. That was probably my problem.
However, this is a complete contradiction to his actions, because if he wasn't scared, he wouldn't feel the need to take to Twitter and apologise, which is what he would do after the Instagram livestream. I want to apologise to the LGBTQ+ community for the hurtful and triggering comments I made. Again, I apologise for my misinformed comments about HIV/AIDS, and I know education on this is important.
Yeah, he probably just shouldn't have acknowledged it.
Going back to the problem of
It's nice that he did, but it probably didn't help him.
authenticity, debate would go on to say that he didn't even agree with his own apology.
Even though, you know, I don't agree with it, you feel me? Like, you know, if this the example that we made, this was that we let's do it.
And that you only put it out because
That doesn't help him at all. It's not even sincere.
on a certain level, you have to do it in a different way.
Certain levels in it. Just what you were saying, but move a certain way.
Ironically, he's talking
Well, then they're just looking for one.
because Charlemagne wrote a book on how living an authentic life is the quickest path to success. It is something that Debaty himself highlighted as the reason behind why he's been so successful.
What makes you different? Like, why do you have that problem? I'm saying, like, I'm just me.
Yet going back on his own statements and posting instances of
Yeah, the label probably called him and told him to apologize. Yeah, but yeah, probably. That's probably what happened. But still, it's like, what do you do? Like, if you're not going to mean it, you shouldn't have done it.
apologies was the opposite to being his authentic neutral rapper image.
As a rapper, somebody wants to be free. I'm not going to do all that hard work and everything. I'm going to sacrifice to get there just to be in control of the puppet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't how I get out.
Now, it didn't seem like DaBaby actually had any problems
Baby.
get out.
Anybody from the LGBTQ community get that? Bro, I'm not tripping on y'all. I ain't never had an issue with none of y'all. Get what y'all represent. People in the city like that.
However, because he blew the whole thing up with a bunch of his own social media attention, the brands he was working with began to drop him one by one. Fashion brand
I think he also got kicked out of like a venue. He was going to a concert. I don't remember which one it was.
they ended their relationship with him. All the Blues and dropped him from the lineup on the very last name.
Why does he have to apologize? He doesn't mean I don't think that he should have, but I think it's the brand probably told him, we'll drop you if you don't apologize. It's like outrage culture. I think that it's problematic what he's saying. I just think that like there's better ways to engage with it than trying to go after his money or something.
The festival was like that now. The Governor's Ball Music Festival set to take place.
I went to a Charlotte Hornets game once he was on the court on the Jumbotron flexing his ice. It was so fun. You know, that's funny, but personally, I wouldn't carry on a cooler just so I could show my ice. It's just whatever you do, you.
Placed in September, announced that DaBaby would not be performing as part of their lineup. UK event Parklife cut him from the roster. Both rappers' team claimed that the decision was made months before Rolling Loud. The team behind Day Night Vegas replaced his set list without a Ronnie Rich. Even though the Release Party quickly removed him from the list of celebrity performers, and on the Full Set podcast, DaBaby...
You guys are fucking so funny with the Rainbow Mafia shit. It's not gay people that canceled DaBaby. I want you to understand. It's Twitter. I don't think that's what you understand. Like, don't pretend that it's like this magical fucking online gay mafia. There's groups of people all across the board. Alright, there's fucking gay Twitter, there's black Twitter, there's probably white Twitter. I think that they call that. It's like some other platforms now, white Twitter, because you know, whites got ran off the platform. No, but there's different groups of people. That doesn't mean they represent everybody. You know, and most gay people don't really give a shit about DaBaby. They would just be like, oh, I don't watch him. I don't care about him. You know,
Claimed that he was set to release his own meal at Burger King, which was also cancelled as a result of
DaBaby meal. They should have done. They should have made him make the meal like a hot dog. You know, like a hot dog with some mayonnaise on it, stuffed with mayonnaise, so you squeeze it out, and then that would have been his repentance for saying homophobic shit. Hey, squeeze that wiener. Hey, come on down to Burger King and squeeze that wiener. Let's go. You know, something like that.
Match point. Red team.
I have my own meal at Burger King. A lot of people don't know that it was how they turned me Kirk because they want to use my name. I saw the commercial for it and everything. They have my name on the box and everything like that. No, that's not a conspiracy.
In a different interview, DaBaby gave a dollar figure for how much his performance cost.
I had $30 million
Victory!
before December 31st. I was going to buy my private plane, but it is what it is. And go, I go. You know, God didn't want me to have my plane yet. He's like, hold on,
Yeah.
man, just chill.
And while DaBaby clearly
God didn't want me to have a plan. All right, brother.
took the loss in a very respectable manner,
Give it a big old brat, big charred brown with some mayonnaise in the middle. Yeah, that's DaBaby meal. You know what I mean? It's a big old thick brat. Put that in your mouth. Maybe some French fries on the side.
Choose your
this seemingly
character.
did little to repair his reputation, as after being invited back to Rolling Loud 6 months later, the crowd threw drinks at him. However, the worst controversy was, from that point onwards, DaBaby was berated on Twitter for almost anything he'd do. For example, people brought up the time where he'd attack a fan at a club for putting a flashlight in his face, resulting in another apology video.
I do sensitive.
Hey, don't put it. It's probably not ideal, but when you're on stage and you're fucking hyped up and shit, people are fucking with you at the concert. they're constantly fucking with you. I can see why you go a little erratic.
Apologize for keeping mine. I couldn't see.
Accompanying another bizarre clip of Kim being rejected whilst trying to kiss a fan, which also warranted some kind of strange Instagram response to the event.
That one was weird. Why are you forcefully trying to kiss a fan, you fucking psychopath? Alright, why would you doing that?
Him being rejected whilst trying to kiss a fan, which also warranted some kind of strange Instagram response to the event.
That was a little weird. That one's a little sussy.
And he just can't make.
What's this other one? Beep boop 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 ba 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 ba. Yo, go ahead on it, man. Me and my Bobos love each other to death, but ain't no kissing going on.
And he just can't make mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake.
There was also the
I think it's not just that he's making mistakes, but now he's telling people that he'll apologize for any mistake that he's ever made. So now that people are just like, so this is a problem, you know? That's the problem. Is half the cancel culture, if not more, is how you react to the cancel culture.
By the time we can make this appears material, what he's saying that he was voting for Kanye, which warranted responses.
Yeah, but when was this? This was from 2020, who cares? But yeah, when are they gonna get to where he shot a guy at Walmart? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I don't remember the specifics though.
Responses such as, waste, I can't believe you're even promoting this. Maybe you got too big of a platform to be tweeting this nonsense.
Shut up.
You're not even eligible to vote.
This was way before Kanye's anti-Semitism.
Accompanied a different recent video where he did agree on a flight attendant for not combing her hair.
We gonna pay all that for that flight. You gonna call me then. Straight up, that dog. Don't we gonna pay all that. You gonna call you at the least.
I make it fun of this. The flight attendant.
Straight up, that dog. Don't we gonna pay all that.
Bro, come on, listen, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I don't know how you can criticize her for not combing her hair when your friend here's got an actual fucking plunger on his head. Okay? Don't come at me saying that's some fucking racist shit, because it's not. I've never seen a black person with a hairstyle like this, and it's fine, you do you, right? I got a hairstyle like this, but why are you coming at her for not having her fucking hair done, dude? Come on, you can't have these types of double standards, bro. Okay? This guy looks like Cameron Diaz from what the fuck's that movie? Fuck, I can't even say it. What's that movie where she puts cum in her hair and she fucking shoots her hair up? Is there something about Mary? It's like Cameron Diaz from that.
You got it, Jared.
Yeah, spitting image. You can't be doing this.
Match point. Blue team.
This is probably part of the reason why Baby believes that social media can become a negative thing once you reach a certain size.
It may be safer for you not to use this much because it will come over.
But the real question is, how has this affected the performance of his music? Well, his latest album released in September 2022, which was titled Baby on Baby 2, sold only 16,000 units in its first week,
Which much do they usually sell?
87% less than Baby on Baby, which sold 124,000 units in its first week. The music video for one of the songs on his new album titled Boogeyman features 5 different people, one of which being an obviously gay person, and throughout the video everybody's killing besides the gay.
Grand Canyon University specializes in helping you fit a master's degree in nursing into your busy day. Your graduation team, led by your own GCU counselor, provides you with the personal support you need to succeed. Find your purpose. Visit gcu.edu.
From Academy Award winner Sam Mendes comes a tribute to the power of human connection.
No one's going to give you the life you want. You have to come out and get it.
Empire Flight is an achy movie film.
Amaze me to be able to fly.
Olivia Colman is brilliant.
I'm the only one who knows it. Do you understand me? I'm the only one.
And Michael Moore plays the Spade. It's the good music. To get it back
Victory!
Coming on Empire Flight, rated R.
The gay guy, before debating, daps him up at the end and says, I ain't got a problem with you. And once again apologizes for the comments.
Oh my god.
The whole thing just feels extremely performative and insincere.
What a fucking crazy video.
It's a clear attempt at avoiding controversy and only resulting in more controversy.
At that point, he should have just killed the gay guy in this video. So like, fuck it, I'm doubling down.
Because alongside his new album's release, the Baby announced he had to cancel all his shows after selling over 500 tickets to a venue this year for 2,000. Going through a debate concert was like, it's a long time, and I know no one else will be there. If was in the room and sang a little song to them, then I'd have a more successful concert than DaBaby. The concert was lit. However, to DaBaby's credit,
Choose
he's
your
taken steps quite
character.
humbly, having replied to his lower album sales by stating, not bad for the blackball baby.
Maybe. Hey, he's building back up, brother. I can respect that. Sometimes you fall off and you just gotta fall back on.
You're not ready to get the answers to your burning questions. But you could argue that DaBaby isn't really one of them. He's a hard worker.
We didn't mention the time that he shot someone at Walmart. I don't remember the specifics, but I don't think it was, I don't know, so I don't think it was that crazy, but Mickey did Conga, which is crazy, but I don't know the story, so
with a library of incredibly well-made music, yet he's been unable to keep his mouth closed on controversial topics, which only compound to compromise your integrity and change your
Prepare yourself!
Well, hey guys, listen. God bless the baby. Let's hope that he comes back and he rises to the sky, just like Papa God will as well in 2023. You guys better be ready for my massive ascension. Let people do their shit now, but 2023, that's here. Yeah, it was in self-defense, the Walmart shooting, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what it should be. Loggers. You guys like that? I'm just saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. Loggers. Phoenix Gun 2023. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Guys, I saw this bit. It's old, but it says, is it okay to be white? And I've been asking that same question as well. Because as a white person, I go into the sun to get tan, so I become a little darker, and I just burn. And so I wonder why God would make me a devil. White devil, and not somebody who's deserving of love. No, but I wonder what this conversation's about. It's alright to be white. It's okay. It's alright to be white. That's the slogan.
For Action 7 News. Now, I'm wondering, breaking his message about this side is okay to be white.
That's not a size of clothing you can't wear.
Now, these have popping up all over universities around America. So I'm here today to ask students and people alike.
Was that a thing? I feel like that wasn't. I don't know.
If they think this is hate speech and they should be banned, what they think about the actual phrase. Let's go find out. This poster has been put around universities all over America.
I don't think that poster would put anywhere. Maybe I'm just wrong. Yeah, it's okay to be white. Some of the black guys in the South Africa was just sexualized around hating white people, some of it. And again, I talk this a lot, but if you're not going to see structure, you're kind of actually not, white people invented these terrible things, but not every white person today. No white person has anything to do with that.
Blue team!
It's okay to be white. What do y'all think about that?
Yeah, sure.
This is over.
I'm not sure. I don't think because I don't think it's necessary.
I guess it wasn't necessary, but yeah.
I agree with you, although I feel that it sounds like that's their pride, and I think it's fine.
Well, I wouldn't say it's okay to like white pride. Because white pride historically comes from a place of hurting non-white people. Again, if they're just complaining because they feel like socially moving in a bad direction and they're interested, like with RNG, maybe.
What do you guys think about it? How would you feel if you saw it popping up in YouTube? Thumbs up.
Victory!
It's okay to be white. So I'm not sure how I would feel. I guess the sentiment isn't
This is a fucking song.
right place, but I don't think it's necessary to put up posters like that. I feel like it's a given in any society that it is okay to be white, and there's no like repercussions to being white, or like.
I mean, I would say Western societies, like, yeah, that's true.
Choose your character.
I think everybody loves white people that much.
Like any additional difficulties that they have to face.
I'd be disappointed. Because it's, I don't know, getting first that white people are less than some white, and they are not. There's white supremacists everywhere, and the white supremacist would be the only kind of person who would have. I mean, it's okay to be white.
Pretty cool song.
I got nothing against it. I mean, anyone can do like whatever they want. It's cool.
Yeah, anybody can do whatever they want, guys. You can be white. Go for it. Hey, guys.
Prepare yourself.
Got it.
I'm Mexican, and people sometimes don't believe I'm Mexican because I'm white. So I think it's okay to be white.
Well, it's okay to be white, it's okay to be black, it's okay to be any color.
Yeah. Except for blue, because that means that you need to go to the hospital. Or yellow. Not like not being racist. I mean, like, that means you have like a liver problem. Skin turns yellow, right? That wasn't like a racist, anti-Asian thing. Sorry to all the Asians, Americans, and non-Americans that I may have offended with it. That was not racist in any way. Not what I think that means.
Tina, guide me!
Red too. I feel like if you're red, like blood. We're all just like a different brown color. Jaundice. Yeah. Jaundice. Your eyes turn yellow?
I mean, why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, true, based.
I don't care with it too. I think it's fine. I think it's okay to be black, white, yellow.
Here's my response. Who cares? Nobody's actually posting this on YouTube. It's not posted like last week, and actually everybody's posting it.
Doesn't matter. So the university things were posted up at, this would be investigated as hate speech. What do you guys think about that?
Oh my god. I think I understand why, but I don't agree with it being classified as hate speech. I think that anyone should be able to be proud of who they are, even if they're white.
I mean, it's not hate speech because when we consider hate speech, we consider a minority, and definitely it's okay to be black, it's okay to be white, and it's just a blank statement. It shouldn't be considered as something discriminative or hate speech.
I'm not sure if you go so far as to be qualified for hate speech, but I think it's borderline.
Oh, I hated it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know if I would go as far as classify it as hate speech, but I do think that it seems to be taking away from other events that are going on at university campuses, and taking away from the experience of people who actually face difficulties in everyday life within race. White students don't usually face difficulties every day based on their race or their class, so I don't think that I don't think it's necessary for this percent.
Well, I can see where some would think that, but I don't see it that way.
Do you think that if people are posting this sign or saying this phrase around campus, they should be punished for that?
Yes.
Why would they be posting? Who cares? It's like, you know how you should get punished if you're posting it's okay to be white sign?
Match point. Blue team.
July. Sorry. You're gonna be okay.
I believe in the First Amendment, so like, if it's not like hate speech, they're also like, it's vandalism. Weird, I'm saying that, I agree.
A piece of paper.
Agree with that, but
It's vandalism. Anybody put up any sign is vandalism.
Match point.
unless
Red
someone just
team.
happened to say like, yeah, it's okay to be white, I don't think that unless they were correcting it to
Victory.
that we're white just to like get some kind of rise out of it.
Now, if it said white is right, then we're talking about it.
I'm not sure I feel about being hate speech, but I just think it's necessary. Like as a white straight male, I know the advantages that I have in society, that I'm not persecuted for my skin color, my orientation, or my gender. And so therefore, I don't think you need to rub it in anybody's face to say that it's okay to be white. We know it's okay to be white.
Hate speech in what context?
It was posted up on polls and people said it was hate speech.
I feel like if the last word is okay to be
Choose
black,
your
you
character.
say, I mean, it's okay to be black, it's okay to be white. We all have to learn how to love each other. So it's okay.
It's okay to be anybody you want to be.
Do you think it would be investigated as heavily?
Except not binary. Bleh. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's a joke, guys. I love my non-binary bands the most, actually. More than the rest of them. That's how it is, dude.
If the sign said it's okay to be brown or it's okay to be black?
No. I don't think so. Because there's already like a lot of movements, like Black Lives Matter is one of those movements that is accepted by a lot of people that I think people would just be like, yeah, it is. Yeah, I second that.
Do I think it would be investigated? No.
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 Not at all.
No, because, they're trying.
Yeah, white people are really trying not to look racist in this video. You're right, dude. This video is like a lot of white people trying not to look racist. Yeah, I think that this is very racist. Please don't hurt me. Alright, that's... Please don't hurt me. Oh, it's true.
Right now, it's not a good thing to be in this day and age right now, so...
Do you guys think it would be as heavily investigated if it said it's okay to be black or it's okay to be brown?
Like, bro, in the online sphere, again, there were some people that were focusing more on hating white people than building up black people, so I get what she's saying,
Brown?
No, not at all. Just because the effort to represent minorities more is so much more because of the white majority. I don't think it's as accepted to be fighting for your ethnic pride.
The only thing that I would have an issue with, okay, so there's a sign that says it's okay to be white, right? The issue I would have with the sign that says it's okay to be black or it's okay to be brown is that if you notice on the sign that says it's okay to be white, the paper is white. So if you were going to make a sign that says okay to be black, you have to make the paper black and then just make the text white, and that's just wasting ink. Well, if you think about it like that, you kind of get it now. You know, it's a fucking waste to pay ink. Ink is so expensive. It's crazy.
Oh, if you're white, just because there's less of a need to do so?
Yeah, I agree with her. I don't think so, because I think, I don't think that necessarily should be investigated as needs either, but I think specifically for other races, a lot of other races need spaces and communities to lift them up and to kind of come together and have that affirmation.
Definitely come together. That's how we get rid of racism. We all come together. It's true. It's true. You know, I've said this so much. The best way
Wasn't my
for us
first pitch,
to
but hey, I'm not gonna waste this
the best way to
opportunity.
deal with racism. The best way to deal with racism. The best way to deal with racism and kill white people at the same time is to fuck them out of existence. I think there's no greater torture for a white man like myself than, you know, a thick black woman or Hispanic or, you know, I guess Asian women too. But it would be so torturous for like a big booty Latina or black woman like that. If you really want to get me where it hurts, that's what we have to do.
Now, is this setting a good example for your friends?
Because that would be super upsetting, you know. And then your baby's not white anymore. And boom, no more white people. Hold on. Slow bless.
Whoa, that was cool.
Yeah, it will be investigated all the way. Here, yeah. I think it should. I mean, the Black Lives Matter was a movement. It's
Latino and Hispanic the same thing? Maybe I don't know what the fuck are we supposed to say? Latino versus Hispanic. What's the difference? I just don't know. Hispanic, Spanish-speaking people from Spanish-speaking countries with personal language. Latino, people from Latin America, including Central South America and Caribbean, books on geography. Oh, fuck. Okay, Latino is what we're supposed to say. Is it Latino? I'm so fucking confused, bro. Let's just move on.
It's okay to be black, so it's just a counter-argument. And there's been history, there's been like Supreme Court cases where like white people have gone against the base race discrimination, and it's okay to be whatever you are.
I don't know what to tell you. Say about that, Latino means you're from Latin. Yeah, and so it seems like Latino talks about Spanish-speaking countries and Hispanic. I don't know. Which one did I say? Hispanic is from Spanish-speaking countries. Latino is from like South and Central America. I think I'm supposed to say Latino. I guess it's Latino. Bro, I'm so confused.
Get back in the fight.
It's so complicated, bro.
Match point. Blue team. You got that one, Sanchez.
I mean, I think that if it said it's okay to be any other color, it wouldn't be investigated. But if it's being investigated because it's white, then it should be investigated if it's any other color. That's what I think. No, absolutely not. 100%. Like, so maybe that's a little bit of I doubt it would be a double standard, but you're right. Like, if you person it's okay to be white, people will be upset. If it's okay to be black, people are fine with it. But I think that is fine. Like, obviously, black or brown individuals have been persecuted in this country for decades, if not longer. And so then, of course, if there's something to say it's okay to be white, it's just like demonstrating that you really don't understand how much privilege you have in this country.
It says it's okay to be black or it's okay to be brown. Do you think it would be investigated?
You need to be careful.
I agree.
Well, I mean, it's probably based on the social trajectory, like you'd be more sensitive to white people saying something like that than anybody else.
That's where the pendulum is swinging right now. They're both compensating.
Woo! Overcorrecting! She's absolutely right. Incorrect and based.
Need a shield?
When it's being investigated, I want to know what the reason is being investigated. But if everyone recognizes okay to be yourself,
Match point. Red team.
Very basic.
I think it's okay to be white.
Wasn't enough for that.
Bro, you guys are going crazy in this chat. guy talking about Hispanic. And like, listen, back in my day, we used to just call everybody Mexican, and it was super racist and inappropriate, but at least it wasn't this confusing. What am I supposed to say? What do I say? Hispanic or Latino?
Okay.
I don't know, dude. I need to wait for the ADL to come and tell me. I have no fucking idea. I don't know. Now I'm actually confused.
Choose your character.
Okay to be white. I just don't know about the organization.
How long I've been waiting for this?
Gathering of groups to like preach. Okay, not the white superiority, but just like to just come together because on a purely racial basis, it's just like unnecessary, regardless of race. But it's just like less accepted for white people because it's not the majority.
Do you think it's okay to be white?
I do. I do think it's okay to be white.
I'll
be pretty proud of our heritage.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely okay. You just don't gotta post signs everywhere for it.
Yeah.
Is
Sure.
it okay to be white?
I mean, sure. Like, do your thing. Don't be like mean to people, or don't like use like your privilege to say like do more than you should. But it's like, yeah, it's fine to be white. Don't be a bad person.
I'm not gonna let you hurt my friends.
Okay, that was something. I thought it'd be a little more game, but it was better. It's quarter one. All alone, I need you.
I'll protect you.
I said I would run away, but I'm a little drunk and I need you. Yeah, it was kind of a little bit.
Up and away.
Bacon chicken.
You controlled my look.
Hot sauce. Alright, this. So, about a month ago, just when this video came out, I had seen something on TikTok, a little bit on TikTok, I was watching the I was going on vlogs, but I had seen something a little bit on TikTok that talked about how there is like a whole network that tries to, I guess you'd say, help, for lack of a better term, like Syrian, like refugees and people like that, create TikTok accounts and then get the followers required so they can start paying on live stream. And what ends up happening is TikTok apparently takes like close to 70% of the revenue on lives, which is insane. Like for context, Twitch takes about 50%, YouTube takes 30%.
You're under my protection.
Right? So Twitch does have that decline, which is fine. It's a little like, yeah, Twitch does pretty good with their split. PayPal takes like 10%. But anyway, but TikTok takes like 70. But then on top of that, they also have to pay a percentage of their revenue to like the company that helps them. So they get like half of that.
Match point.
30%.
Red team.
It's crazy. So I wanted to watch it. It's very interesting. It's crazy. The crazy how TikTok, I think, takes advantage of people in so many different ways. On top of the fact that they take so much money from live streams. Despite the fact that they don't have a robust live stream service at all compared to like any other channel or server. That's crazy. But they also take the majority of the ad revenue for people.
Victory!
As well. I think it comes out to like 10. You got like 10% of the ad revenue on your normal videos. It's fucking. That's if you're in the creative fund. It's nuts. It's freaking nuts, guys. So.
Play again.
And what made me go like, oh, I want to talk about this today is because I've been seeing it on my For You page more. I actually saw a picture. It was so messed up. It was I think I want to see if I can find it. It was a picture of a kid that like, it looked like he was hooked up to like an IV and he was in the hospital and this, that, and the other thing. But let me see if I can find it. But then looking, it's so ridiculous. Looking closer at the picture, it doesn't even look like it's connected to him at all. It's like an IV that goes down to the floor. And it's like not even in the kid, so I'm pretty sure it was fake. It was so bizarre, bro. It was so bizarre.
Prepare yourself.
There's a new trend on TikTok. Children in camps in Syria begging for hours on end. They're asking for TikTok gifts that can be withdrawn as real money. But that money isn't all going to them.
It's time for us to play the game of
$14 for 8 days work? Yeah.
We've been following more than 300 accounts.
I guess it wasn't consultation.
Going live on TikTok, trying to work out where that money's going.
I said,
How people live.
Well, they did create the line, and that was top tier CGI, guys. I mean, look at this. Michael Bay, hard out.
How people live in desperate circumstances suddenly have phones, internet, and TikTok accounts.
Creating and enabling an investment that runs on the exploitation.
And why so?
Yeah, but it's interesting. Like, what's the expectation? Because, like, there's two options. One option, they can keep it going. The option two, they can fail, and these people can't get any more. I think the biggest issue is that TikTok takes so much of the money. It's crazy.
So many of the donors.
Isn't the end here.
We've uncovered that there are companies that work, including agencies contracted by TikTok, China, all making money off these displaced families. Earlier this year,
Blue team.
TikTok users in the UK began to notice something different. Suddenly, their feeds were full of live videos of Syrian families living in tents.
Remember that $14 guy got was like 35,000.
Match point. Red team.
Didn't feel so good.
This is the account I've been using to follow some of these families in Syria. And you can see here, these accounts are live right now.
On average, 64% lower than the United States.
And
Just 80%.
Victory!
watch the videos. You can see there's a pattern. The children seem to be saying the same kind of things. They're asking for likes and gifts. And if you listen closely, sometimes you can hear there's a voice off camera actually telling them what to say. Over the past 5 months, we've been following hundreds of TikTok accounts posting the same type of videos to find out who's behind this trend.
A lot of them are spaced from their homes.
Anyone want a super shaggy sandwich?
That's crazy.
Mohammed Abdullah, a local journalist, visited a camp near Idlib where families are going live on TikTok. There are hundreds of camps in the
Wow, looks like a typical American trailer park home. Damn.
state of Syria.
Also, I'm gonna be real with you, okay? In New York, at least where I live around, I live like the New York, Long Island area.
Prepare yourself.
Not everybody, spits tobacco, fucking degenerates. I'm just kidding. No, but the trailer parks out here are kind of disgusting. I used to fuck around with a girl in a trailer park, and her house was pretty nasty. But she let me do nasty shit to her, so, it all kind of evens out. But when you go into, like, other states where, like, they're probably, I guess you'd say they're poorer states, they tend to have, like, much nicer trailer parks. Like, definitely much nicer trailer park, like, homes and stuff. And this is my experience from seeing it. I guess it's, like, one of those things where in, like, our bougie state, like, an area, we're like, oh, you live in a trailer park, you're a loser. But in other places, no, this is great. It's, like, cheaper, it's smaller, but it's, like, efficient, So, you know, I think I live in a trailer park. It was a nice trailer. They got some real nice trailers. Have you guys ever seen really? So a lot of places they'll just put a trailer on property.
Too many people live in them, forcibly displaced in Syria's long-running civil war. They have limited options to earn a living.
This is something very civil war. Alright, that's it.
And for some, it's their only source of income. Mom's husband was killed in an airstrike. She now lives with her 6 daughters, and she's saving up to pay for medical treatment for her daughter Sharifa, who is blind.
That was a mistake.
To go from on TikTok, you need and at least 1,000 followers.
Yeah, so that they get to far, like, gets them to 1,000 followers.
Then, 9, users can send digital gifts to reward creators for content they make. These gifts fall with real money, ranging from roses, which cost a few cents, to lions and universes, which cost around $500 each.
TikTok Live's big and young. It's crazy. This app has so much money, and they're able to take so much money from people, but they barely give it back to like the creators. It's fucking nuts. Especially these people, you know.
The gifts convert into a virtual currency that you can withdraw as cash.
You got more complicated systems than my cash.
Not all that cash is going to be available. Amir also lives in the camp and is known as a TikTok millionaire. He sold his livestock to buy a phone and now works with 12 different families, setting up their accounts, filming, and withdrawing their cash.
Okay. I mean, like, okay. We got Chris and this guy. Blue team! Situation, so I can't but what he's doing is probably a bit exploitative as well. How much is he taking?
He buys British SIM cards to get British viewers because he says they're the most generous.
Okay.
TikTok's algorithm suggests content based on where your SIM card comes from. We found kiosks selling international SIM cards near the camp. That explains why TikTok users in the UK had been seeing these videos.
Damn. I get these things as well. They're starting to try American SIM cards because it ain't working. I ain't giving nothing. But also, I kind of realized that's crazy.
Like Keith, who donated £300 in TikTok gifts to a family in Syria.
There must have been about 50,000 people that came on live, even though the man is linked to blown off and his hand blown off. He was the most positive guy you can ever meet on Twitter. I'd probably think over £1,000 if you put him there, and that to them would have been a lot of money.
Yeah, I think it's the TikTok take 70, and then the guys with the phones take an additional 50%.
Prepare yourself.
Like they're taking 50% to 30. So that's crazy. I think that's what the numbers are. I feel like TikTok is the biggest issue here, though. Honestly, with how much it's fucking nuts. They get to siphon all this money up. It's crazy.
So how much of that do the families get? Hamid says most of the gifts value is taken by TikTok before it even reaches his account. He also said middlemen are getting help from agencies in China.
$55 basically. Well, it works with a ton of lot. I
That's because TikTok says you need 1,000 followers in order to go live. Live agencies are a growing part of TikTok's business strategy. They're contracted by TikTok to help content creators produce more successful live streams, which in turn boosts TikTok's followers.
Wait, so hold on. If I got this right, this is nuts. Wait, so you have TikTok, right? And then they will somehow, to some degree, to some capacity, outsource to some kind of TikTok management. I don't know, I was going to say TM, TikTok management agency. And then these agencies will go around and they'll help all these different accounts get to their 1K followers. And then if they get banned, they'll go back and they'll unban them. So So like TikTok is almost in under. Tim, listen, it is still
Match point. Blue
It's
team.
almost like TikTok is aware of these people down here, but they're like, let's pretend we don't know who they are, and we'll just deal with these agencies, and then these agencies can deal with them, and then this way we can justify knowingly taking 70% of profits from them. I mean, maybe I'm being like a little bit of a conspiracyist, but it sounds like TikTok is running this system so that they can exploit 70% of the wages out of fucking Syrian refugees that have been displaced by war. I mean, that's what it feels like.
Victory!
Live streams and the value of the gifts they get. They said TikTok takes between 50 and 70% of the profits of live gifts, but they couldn't confirm the exact amount.
Now, can I join the
We asked TikTok,
Can I, pretty please?
Of course,
we decided to test it for ourselves.
Nice. Fresh.
We asked local journalist Mohammed to go live from an account in Syria and sent him $106, around £90 in gifts from another account. We were the only ones on that live stream to do so. Then Mohammed checked the balance of his account. $33.
Wow.
I am to cry.
I guess if you're on longer, they get more money. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's still fucking crazy, bro.
Next, Mohammed went to the local money transfer, where TikTokers cash out their earnings.
You have to go to a place to cash out your earnings there? You can't just cash it out through like PayPal or something? That's how you do it in America, at least.
From our $106, TikTok took $73.
Prepare
That's almost
yourself.
70%. The money transfer shop charged a further 10%. And people like Hamid, who provide the phones, take a cut of what's left.
What's the percentage of the cut that they take? It looks like they take about 30%.
So from those $106, Mohammed would have just over $19.
It's quick maths. So they did $106. 70%. It's 106, right? So we got 106, I think it's 106 divided by the 19, right? So if they get, that's 5%. Mike, you got that?
In the name of Mars.
That's not right. It's definitely not. It's about 20%. It's like 18%. I think I did my math backwards. Yeah, but 18%. So you got 70% going here. You get then another 10%. It's 10% of fucking Jesus of the 30%, which is 3%. So you have 73%, and they're only getting 18%. So 73, 81, 91. So the guy's taking overall about 10%. This is so fucking confusing. They get 18% of the money though. That's fucking bananas.
But in the camps, just the same. There are a few other options. We showed the videos to a non-profit called Access Now that protects people's rights online.
TikTok is creating and enabling an ecosystem that runs on exploitation of people suffering. This is a clear violation of all terms of service and not let alone, of course, the rights of those people.
We put these allegations to TikTok, and they sent us a statement saying that this type of content is not allowed on the platform and that they will strengthen their policies where unacceptable.
Yeah, I doubt that. And also, by the way, I think that TikTok is facing exploitation aspect here, in my opinion.
As for the 70% cut, TikTok insists they take less than that, but they still won't confirm the exact amount. So we repeated our experiment with accounts in the UK and Syria that weren't signed up to agencies and found that TikTok took just over 70% every time.
They take almost 70% every time.
Match point. Red team.
That's really good. It's very unfair, especially the powers on in Syria. You've got absolute transparency, and to me, it's really,
yeah.
The charity that works in the game told us that it can help support these families as an alternative to making money on TikTok lives. Many people on TikTok are calling these live streams scams.
Defeat.
I don't think that they're scams necessarily. I think that these are people that are just trying to make a living, and they are begging. Look, the biggest scam in my opinion is TikTok.
The struggles of the founders
Play again?
are very, very real.
Yeah, I won. Let's
People have donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to them, but the lion's share lines the pockets of TikTok and its agencies. Whilst
That's
for these families
crazy.
in Syria, life continues.
choose your character.
Wow. That's nuts, man. That's fucking crazy to me. That's fucking crazy. Jesus Christ. I'm actually shitting and farting right now.
I don't discuss problems, I incinerate.
I'm gonna figure out what we want to do.
He's for 1 or 2. I'll be back.
John 109 super chatted $1.99. Better to have 30% of something than 100 of nothing.
Prepare yourself. Hey, wrinkle face, I ain't scared of no science. Dog. Match point. Blue team. Hey, quit shooting that green gloop already. Victory! Not bad, Drunk Rick. Not bad. Rematch? Okay! Choose your character.
Okay.
Let Operation Rabbit begin.
Oh, what is this sassy vodka say? Let's see.
John 109 super chatted $1.99. Better to have 30% of something than 100 of nothing.
That's true, but at the same time, you have to understand that, like,
Prepare yourself.
it's better to have 70% of something than 30% of something, right? So we can acknowledge that, like, yeah, maybe it's better, but we can still call it out and advocate against that thing. Right? That's how life works. Suggest otherwise, I think, is a little silly. But yeah, we could be like, hey, I don't think this is exploitative. And maybe those things are popular practices.
Girls gotta do what a girl gotta do.
What I want to watch. Did I ever go live on TikTok when I was famous? Yeah. I went live every once in a while. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world. It was silly. Yeah. Is it Connor after one? I'm all alone. I don't. You know what? Let's do this. This is Whoa, relax.
Not letting that happen again. Of course you really. This means war. Out of my way!
Before we do this thing,
The number of female gamers.
the number of female gamers.
Victory!
Especially in my house.
Especially in Asia. According to games analysts, using
Another
nearly half the world's
victory
gamers
in
are now
the
female.
bag.
Now, but there's a problem.
See if I can turn it up a little bit.
The number of female gamers is growing rapidly,
Alright.
especially in Asia.
Choose your character.
According to games analysts,
That's a bit. I just wanted to make sure you know where. Oh. The incel channel, kind of. Yeah.
Ability to do anything, but only whenever I want. Yeah, it sounds like a job for me.
This is already available, right? Oh, this is in 2 days.
Prepare
So
yourself.
really quick, before we look at this video, this is my monk. And he's maxed out, and I've been doing some mythic zeros, and there's really not too much to do left. So I gotta play a different tank now. I want to play a second tank, like see what I'm saying. So I think the druid, the demon hunter, the paladin, or the death knight. What do you think about those? I think it's the next audition play. Dwarf Paladin. Well, okay, I already have my paladin here and stuff. Then pull it up. Maybe. Let's see. This one pull. Next. I wouldn't need more of that.
That's my arm.
Oh, you can't do bodies now. Choices. Bleh. Darn. Damn, what the hell? I only get 4 choices. It's stupid. I can't do it now, frustrating. Alright, so we got the warrior. We got the druid. We got the demon hunter. Seems like the most fun.
Match point. Blue team.
I mean, yeah, there's a monk gun up there. Oh, that's not what we're doing.
Victory! Continue?
Warrior's kind of cool, though. How come nobody's voting for the warrior?
Choose your character.
What if I did the paladin? I ignored all of you.
Nice choice.
I don't know, it's a hard choice. I don't know what my heart desires, dude. So many different options. I'm trying to think of which one I don't want to play.
Prepare yourself.
Well, the word looks lame right now because of the gear I have on it, but he's the most geared one I have. Yeah, it's a hard choice because I want to commit to leveling it up, you know? Alright, so the general, there doesn't seem to be a single person saying that I should play a paladin. I'm trying to figure out what the least important one is. That I know it's a hard choice, but I gotta make it. Pew pew. I don't know what the general build is. I don't think I want to try the Demon Hunter. I'm not sure if I like the playstyle. You know, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a bolt on not over the Demon Hunter in there. Because I don't really like the way it plays. Not right now, at least. So we can just eliminate the Demon Hunters and don't play Demon Hunters. That's what I don't want. Alright, there we go. I'm asking you guys, I'll give you like a minute. And then you can figure out which one I want to play. The gear is obviously transmogable, so we don't have to look like this. It just does right now because the gear's kind of bridge. But right now, I think the Demon Hunter, like, I'm not feeling the playstyle, so I'm just going to choose one of these. And then whatever you guys choose, I'll just play it. Seems like it's going to be I'm going to give it like a minute.
Not cool.
Match point. Blue team.
Nah, man, no Demon Hunter. No Demon Hunter. There's so many other tanks that makes it crazy. It seems like we're pretty much we're gonna be doing the Death Knight unless something magical happens. It seems like you know, I'll give you guys a little minute.
Defeat.
It just seems like we've got our victor here.
Can't catch a break from any of you at all, ever. It makes me want to fucking kill myself.
Let's go!
What the fuck is this?
All of you are children parading as adults.
Choose your character.
I think just commit TikTok. Crazy, man.
Forever, and that is my hell.
Alright. It looks like it's the Death Knight. Not a me. Let's get this bitch going. Alright. There it is. It's the Death Knight. It's the Orc Death Knight. Named Papa Gut Death Knight. Alright, let's look at him. Alright, guys, we got this video here. It's called How Feminist Ideas Make Everyone
Prepare yourself!
I think before you sleep. I'm sure it's going to be an absolute banger, dude. I cannot wait. Let's get it going.
The number of female gamers is growing rapidly, especially in Asia. According to games analyst Newzoo, nearly half the world's gamers are now female. But there's a problem. Whilst there are plenty of successful female gaming influencers, very few players like Betty are making it to the very top of the competitive side of gaming, esports.
Yeah, that makes sense. So listen, I don't know if there's a biological factor as to why women aren't as good at video games than men. I've played a lot of video games. I'm a big sneaky nerd loser. And I couldn't answer the question. Maybe there's a biological factor, but what I will say is that I know that when I was growing up, and most of you growing up, even like nowadays for the most part, men are more likely to gravitate towards gaming than women. They're just drastically more likely to do that. That's just a reality, and so there's a good argument to be made that the environmental factor of it is the reason why. If you grow up doing anything, you're going to be better at that thing anyways. If you grow up like working out, lifting weights when you start young, your body's going to kind of condition itself to do that thing better. Same thing with video games. You're going to kind of, your body will adapt and you'll sort of get better reaction time, etc., etc. Very normal stuff. There's a lot of girls that don't do that until they get into it when they're older, but they're not necessarily as good at it, and that's okay. And that's it. That's just it. And so as we move forward, you just let more women play video games, and maybe the gap will shorten. And that's it. There's really not like a whole lot to super duper heavily reflect upon. You know what I mean? It's not really that big of a deal. But okay.
God, this again. How many times do you guys would make the exact same boring argument? There's not enough women in whatever male-dominated field we decided to pick. This crap is like how Hollywood keeps making the same exact movies but with different actors. It's super predictable. What's next, the wage gap?
Research for esports earnings will share this.
Well, there is a wage gap argument. So I don't think the wage gap is very massive. It's just not nearly as big as what people say. So people be like, oh my god, you said something. So man, it's not really true. When you factor in a ton of factors like hours worked and whatnot, hours worked, jobs worked, etc., it's actually like 90%. Women will still make a little bit less, but it's mostly in those upper fields. And you can, and then part of it might be sexism, part of it might be women who advocate for themselves, and then part of that might be just the way that we teach women in general. We may not teach them to advocate for themselves as well as they should. There's a whole lot of stuff there, but at the end of the day, things are changing in positive direction, so I don't think we have to like super shit around and like go and milk out all the specifics, you know what I mean?
BBC. There are no female players in the top 100.
That's points. Blue team.
They have to go all the way down to 338. The trans player Scarlet is the final female player.
Say trans player.
They have to go all the way down to 338. The trans player Scarlet.
Trans player Scarlet? Is that a trans person?
Might be.
Victory!
This would be, so, listen, like, from that, remember something the environmental factor of, like, growing up playing games? So, like, this person probably played a lot more games because they may have been raised as a guy, if they are trans, and it might have made them gravitate more towards, you know, that stuff. And that's just a whole conversation about, like, a little bit of, like, the differences, and potential differences in the way that people are raised, you know, if they're, you know, raised as a boy versus a girl, and that gets to the whole trans issue of, you know, kind of struggling to fit in the whole thing. But okay.
Female player. The next female top earner isn't until 680th.
I guess it's just like real sports. But seriously, do you want to know how I know this is just a grift and these media companies don't actually care about the fairness they're claiming to care about? Think back to all...
Well, I mean, so far I haven't seen this video make this prescription that, like, there's sexism. They're just so far acknowledging the disparity. That doesn't necessarily mean that's bad, but...
One time you've heard the term male-dominated field, and ask yourself, have they ever once said, oh my god, this female-dominated field has no men in it? We need to change that in the name of equality. I haven't, and I watch this stuff for a living. There's a gender disparity in nursing, school teachers, and wedding planners, but I have never heard them call for more men in those fields.
So the reason that this generally happens, and the reason why nobody like calls it out, is usually because there isn't a culture. There's not really like an exclusion of men in those fields. They just don't gravitate towards those fields. Where historically men or women will get pushed away from particular fields of math and science and whatnot. And it's changing. But even with video games, like think about it, even in video games, we would push women away from video games, right? Just the online space alone. I think just this is common knowledge at this point. If you're a guy and you go play a game and you say, hey guys, and on the mic, nobody's going to make fun of you for that. They might make fun of you for sucking at the game. But if you're a woman, the second that you say hello, they're going to get told to go to the kitchen and all that crap. That's like societal conditioning. We don't really see that issue with men where they're like, you can't do this. You know, in fact, look at the makeup industry, which is women are the majority of consumers of makeup. We're the most successful people in the makeup industry. Amen. Men. You know what I mean? So like,
Dota 2 has the most lucrative esports scene allowing champions to become millionaires. No female professional players have ever won the World Championship, and very few can even make a living. And it's not just Dota 2. No women have ever lifted the biggest trophy or won the biggest prize purses in the esports.
Maybe it's Dota 2.
It looks like 2021 will be the same.
That just sounds awful. Things are so unfair. But did it ever occur to you that there's never been a female team at the top because statistically it doesn't make sense? How could that be? The BBC said earlier that 50% of gamers are women.
According to games analyst Music, nearly half the world's games now.
What was your argument there? So how does that statistically make sense? I'm just confused.
This must mean that 50% of high-ranking players should be women. Except, wait, it turns out that when you specify what kind of games people play, women don't like to play the same types of games.
Oh, sure.
You say
yeah, women probably don't play competitive games now. Yeah, for sure.
50% of gamers are female. We're talking about things like Candy Crush or Farmville, not games like Call of Duty and Apex Legends. Traditionally, women like puzzle games, RPGs, and sim games like Animal Crossing. This has been known for decades. Back in the 1990s, one of the reasons that Nintendo sold the original Game Boy with Tetris is because moms loved that game. Women make most of the household purchases, and Tetris convinced them to buy a Game Boy. So let's look at some numbers on the stuff that BBC is talking about. Earlier they said...
So, like, yeah, he's absolutely right.
Way more male players than he said 20%. Earlier they said don't...
Okay. So, like, yeah, no, he's making a good point. I guess the next question is, like, okay, so it doesn't matter, because I already explained why they're but,
match point. Blue team.
Proportionality of women playing Dota matches the number of, like, representation in the competitive scene. But again, we already know why. So we're going to get to
Victory!
So let's look at some numbers on the stuff that BBC is talking about. Earlier they said Dota 2, right? What percentage of women play that game? 20%. What about another popular competitive game?
Right, so, like, are we seeing 20% representation? No. So, like, you didn't exactly debunk their argument there with the argument of, like, oh, women, you know, will play other games disproportionately. It's true, but you didn't really debunk their argument. Because, yeah, you're right about that. We still don't see 20% representation. But we wouldn't expect to see it, right? For maybe multiple reasons. Okay.
I'm Morty.
Game like Fortnite, 27%. Higher than Dota, but you can still see that there are way more male players than females, so it statistically makes sense for almost all of the top players to be male, especially when you're in an environment where it's winner take all. Have you ever played a competitive sport before? Typically the same people win everything, so it's not just all the male teams share the top spots equally, it's more like one male team wins almost all the time. When you have way more male players, it's way more likely that the same male player or the same male team will win everything. This reporting is so bad that even...
I don't understand the argument he's trying to make here. I don't really get what he's trying to say. Like, specifically this argument.
All the male teams share the top spots equally. It's more like one male team wins almost all the time.
Okay.
When you have way more male players, it's way more likely that the same male player or the same male team will win everything. This reporting is so bad that even the female Valor...
I don't understand what argument that he's... I don't really get what he's trying to say here. I don't understand what he's trying to get at by saying it's the same team that wins over. Somebody try to explain it to me, because I'm truly just not understanding it.
Try and do that
at all.
13 that the BBC chose for this news special said that there aren't many female competitive players. Each share the top spots equally. It's more like one male team wins almost all the time. When you have way more male players, it's way more likely that the same male player or the same male team will win everything. This reporting is so bad that even the female Valorant team that the BBC chose for this news special said that there aren't many female competitive players.
Yeah, there's not.
Victory!
Well, yeah, probably because there's not enough women to actually fill out a league like that. I also don't think that, like, gaming is the same. I personally don't think, and we won't really know until time goes on. I don't think gaming is the same as, like, a physical sport.
Let's go!
I know most gamers want to think that they're actual athletes, but, you know, cope. So, it's one of those things where I think it more has to do with, like, you know, the encouragement of people to play those games as they're growing up. Maybe even just, like, how much they may gravitate towards those. You know, men, I think that would be a little more aggressive violence.